Ever tell the truth and watch her explode in seconds? You answer honestly, and the room goes cold. She pulls back, goes quiet, or starts a fight you never saw coming, so you start walking on eggshells. You give safe answers, soften your opinions, and offer small, convenient lies just to keep the peace. It works for a minute, but then something worse happens. Attraction dies not because you were honest, but because you were afraid. Here is the real problem. Most men try to deliver truth like a hammer or hide it like a secret. What she actually responds to is calm truth. Truth with timing, tone, and boundaries. Truth that respects her feelings without surrendering your backbone. Tonight I will show you how to do exactly that. You will learn how to spot trap questions before they blow up, how to translate what she really needs in that moment, and how to answer clearly without triggering a spiral. I will give you word-for-word lines that protect your integrity and lower her defenses. We will cover the exact posture, pacing, and presence that make truth feel safe, even when it stings. If you are tired of choosing between honesty and harmony, this is your path out. Ready to stop walking on eggshells and start leading with respect. Let's get into it. Number 1. Truth triggers emotion. Here's something most men never realize. When you tell a woman the truth, she doesn't react to the facts. She reacts to the feeling those facts create inside her. You could say something completely reasonable, logical, even kind, but if it touches her emotions in the wrong way, the truth suddenly feels like an attack. That's not manipulation, that's human psychology. Let's take David, 54, and Claire, 51. They've been married for 25 years. Claire recently started asking David if he still found her attractive. She'd gained some weight, changed her hairstyle, and was feeling insecure. David, trying to be honest, said, "You're still beautiful to me, but you did look healthier a few years ago." He meant it as reassurance. She heard it as rejection. In seconds, the air changed. She went quiet, cold, distant. David sat there thinking, I just told the truth. What did I do wrong? What happened is simple. Claire didn't hear his words. She felt the emotion behind them. She felt exposed, judged, maybe even unlovable. The truth hit her identity, not her logic. That's why it's not the truth that hurts, it's the feeling the truth awakens. This is why Stoic wisdom is so powerful in relationships. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The same is true for communication. When you speak truth, you can't control how it lands. You can only control how you deliver it. If you speak with frustration, sarcasm, or coldness, even accidentally, the truth feels like punishment. But when you speak calmly without ego, she can feel safety underneath your honesty. Most men get frustrated and think, why can't women just handle the truth? But here's a better question. Can you handle her reaction to it? Because when you lose your composure, when you defend, argue, or withdraw, you're not standing in truth anymore. You're fighting to be right. And that's where the connection breaks. Women are emotional translators. They don't hear words. They hear energy. So when you tell the truth, your tone, posture, and pacing matter more than the content. If you stay steady, if your eyes stay soft, your voice stays calm, your breathing stays slow, you create a container. She might still react, but the reaction burns out faster, because your steadiness signals that the truth came from care, not criticism. David learned this over time. The next time Claire asked, he looked at her, smiled gently, and said, "You've changed, sure, but I still see the same woman who lights up a room when she laughs. Same truth, different delivery." This time she smiled. She didn't hear judgment, she heard affection. That's what Stoicism teaches. A disciplined man doesn't hide truth to avoid emotion. He speaks truth with control despite emotion. You can be honest and kind at the same time. And that's what makes your words powerful instead of painful. So remember, this truth doesn't destroy attraction, poor delivery does. Your calm is what keeps your truth from feeling like rejection. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I speak truth calmly. Let it remind you that what you say matters, but how you deliver it defines everything. Stick with me, because next we'll dive into why some women secretly want you to join their illusion, and how staying grounded in truth actually makes them respect you more. Number 2. The illusion she wants you to join. Here's a truth that most men never want to admit. Many women don't actually want the truth in the raw, logical sense. They want the feeling that truth creates when it's filtered through connection. What she really wants, often without realizing it, is for you to join her illusion. Not because she's manipulative or shallow, but because her emotional world is where she feels safe. And when you break that illusion too bluntly, she doesn't hear clarity, she feels abandonment. Think of it like this. Every woman builds a soft layer between herself and reality. It's how she manages fear, doubt, and insecurity. That layer might be made of hope, fantasy, or optimism. When she says something like, "I think our relationship is perfect," she doesn't mean it's literally perfect. She's expressing how she wants it to feel. If you respond with cold logic, "No relationship is perfect, we argue all the time," you've just stepped on her emotional bridge. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoic lesson here is simple. Don't fight her illusion. Use it as a path to connect. If she needs to see the world through emotion, meet her there first. You can still tell the truth, but begin where she feels safe. That's how you guide her out of the illusion without destroying her trust in the process. Most men, however, fall into one of two traps. The first is agreeing with everything just to avoid tension. They go along with the illusion, fully pretending to feel the same, just to keep her happy. But that always backfires, because fake harmony creates real resentment. The second trap is overcorrecting, slamming the truth down like a hammer in the name of honesty. That doesn't build respect, it builds distance. The key is balance truth with empathy, firmness with grace. In Stoicism, this is called temperance, the discipline of moderation. It's not about suppressing emotion or indulging it. It's about guiding it. When you speak truth from a calm, centered place, you honor both reality and emotion. You don't have to join her illusion completely, you just have to understand it. Here's what that looks like in practice. When she says, "I feel like you don't care about me anymore," your impulse might be to defend yourself. "That's not true, I'm here every day." But a Stoic man recognizes the illusion beneath the words. She's not saying you don't care, she's saying she feels disconnected. So instead you might respond, "I can tell you're feeling distant right now. Let's fix that." Suddenly you're in her world without losing yourself in it. That's how you lead without conflict. You don't reject the illusion, you acknowledge it, then gently guide her toward clarity. It's the emotional version of what Epictetus meant when he said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgments about them." Her illusion is a judgment, temporary, emotional, real to her. When you stay calm in the middle of it, you help her see beyond it. The mistake most men make is thinking that joining her illusion means weakness. It's actually strength. It shows emotional range, patience, and awareness. You're not bending, you're leading through understanding. And that makes your truth more powerful, not less. So remember this, don't destroy the illusion. Use it to build connection. When you meet her where she is, she'll follow you where you're going. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I lead through understanding. Stay tuned, because next we'll talk about what happens when honesty feels like rejection and how to speak truth in a way that builds desire instead of distance. Number 3. When honesty feels like rejection. Here's the part most men never see coming. Sometimes, even when your intentions are good, honesty feels like rejection to a woman. You think you're being respectful by telling the truth. She hears distance. You're trying to connect through transparency. She feels you're pulling away. It's not that women can't handle truth. It's that the wrong delivery can make truth sound like disapproval. Take Michael, 56, and Laura, 52, a couple from Denver. They'd been together for 15 years, and one night Laura asked, "Do you still find me as attractive as when we met?" Michael didn't hesitate. "I love you," he said, "but no one looks the same after 15 years. Logical, right, honest, fair." But for Laura, that sentence landed like a punch. She froze, smiled politely, and changed the subject. That night she turned away in bed without a word. The next morning she was quiet. Michael couldn't understand it. "I just told the truth," he said. Would she rather I lie? The problem wasn't his truth, it was how it hit her identity. When he spoke, he was in his head. When she heard it, she felt it in her heart. The truth wasn't wrong, but it lacked warmth, and warmth is what turns honesty into connection. In relationships, women often link honesty to safety. When your truth feels cold or clinical, it triggers uncertainty. She wonders, am I still enough? It's not about vanity, it's about vulnerability. Her reaction isn't just to the words, it's to what the words imply about her value. That's why Stoic wisdom is essential here. Seneca said, "A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand." Truth is the same way, it's neutral until it's used carelessly. When you speak without awareness, honesty cuts instead of clarifies. A Stoic man, however, wields truth with intention. He knows timing, tone, and empathy are what transform honesty from a weapon into a bridge. Michael eventually learned this. A few weeks later, Laura asked him again, more softly this time, "Do you really still see me the same?" This time he paused. He looked at her and said, "You don't look the same, but what I see now means more to me. You've lived, you've changed, and that makes you even more beautiful." The truth didn't change. His delivery did, and that made all the difference. The Stoic principle of self-control applies perfectly here. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You can't control how she feels hearing your words, but you can control your tone, your energy, your intent. When you slow down, when your words carry respect, your truth stops sounding like rejection and starts feeling like reassurance. And that's what women crave, reassurance through truth. Not sugarcoating, not lies. Just truth delivered through composure and care. So when honesty feels like rejection, remember this. She's not asking you to lie, she's asking you to see her. To understand that behind every question lies an emotion. When you speak to that emotion, instead of defending your logic, your honesty heals instead of hurts. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I speak truth with warmth. Don't go anywhere, because next we'll expose one of the most dangerous habits men fall into, the habit of telling safe lies. And why every time you do, you trade real connection for short-term peace. Number 4, the trap of safe lies. Every man has told one. The little white lie. The "it's not a big deal" lie. The "I'll just say what she wants to hear" lie. You tell yourself it's harmless, that it keeps the peace, avoids drama, and makes life easier. But the truth is, every safe lie is a quiet betrayal. Not just of her trust, but of your integrity. And eventually those small lies become the reason she stops respecting you. Here's the hard reality. Lies feel safe only in the moment. They're shortcuts through discomfort, escapes from confrontation. But the problem with shortcuts is that they always lead you somewhere you never meant to go. The moment you trade truth for comfort, you start teaching her something dangerous, that your words can't be trusted. Epictetus said, "What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about things." When you lie to protect her feelings, you're not actually protecting her, you're protecting yourself from her reaction. You're assuming she can't handle the truth. And whether she knows it consciously or not, she feels that. It plants a subtle seed of doubt. This is where attraction quietly erodes. Because deep down, women crave strength, not just physical strength, but emotional courage. When you start hiding behind safe lies, you give up that masculine center. You stop being the grounded man she can rely on and become the man she subconsciously needs to control. Honesty, even uncomfortable honesty, communicates confidence. It says, I trust myself enough to handle your reaction. That's leadership. That's masculine calm. When you choose truth over convenience, you stop managing emotions and start building respect. But let's be real, honesty is not about dumping everything that crosses your mind. Stoicism teaches measured truth, not reckless truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's your guide. You don't use truth to wound, you use it to anchor. Every word should come from composure, not irritation. Every truth should build clarity, not chaos. When you master this, something powerful happens. She stops testing you. She stops asking loaded questions. Because your pattern becomes predictable, you're honest, steady, and unshakable. She may not always like what you say, but she'll always trust you. And in relationships, trust is the deepest form of attraction. The trap of safe lies isn't just moral, it's psychological. Every time you lie to keep the peace, you reinforce fear. You teach your brain that truth equals danger, that your voice creates conflict. Over time, that conditioning bleeds into everything. Your leadership, your ambition, your self-respect. You can't be strong out there if you're weak in here. So stop saying what's easy, start saying what's real. Because the moment you speak truth with calm authority, you take back your freedom. Seneca said it best. A man who lies is afraid of something. Be the man who fears nothing, not even honesty. If you're ready to live and lead with that kind of integrity, join the Stoic Brotherhood, our private men's community built around truth, discipline, and attraction through self-mastery. Inside, we go deeper into communication, emotional control, and how to turn Stoic principles into daily habits that make you unshakable. The link is below. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I choose truth over comfort. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll uncover how emotional chaos becomes a hidden power move and how you can stay calm when she tries to pull you into it. Number 5. Emotional chaos, a power move. Here's a truth. Most men don't want to admit sometimes when a woman becomes emotional, it's not random. It's not about what you said or did. It's a power move. A way to see how grounded you really are. Women, consciously or not, create emotional chaos to test your center. Not because they're cruel, but because emotion is their language. And when your calm doesn't collapse under her storm, she feels something deeper than comfort. She feels trust. Let's take Tom, 58, from Chicago, and his girlfriend Melissa, 54. They've been together for 3 years. Things are good mostly, but every few weeks she'll blow up over something small. A late text reply, a passing comment. One night she accused him of not caring anymore just because he didn't answer her call during a client dinner. Tom, frustrated, fired back, "That's ridiculous, you're overreacting." Within seconds it was chaos, shouting, tears, walking out. After cooling down, Tom realized something. It wasn't about the phone call, it was about her need to feel that he was emotionally present. Her chaos wasn't random. It was a test of his steadiness. She wanted to know, can you handle me when I lose control? And this is where most men fail. They either fight the storm or flee from it. But both reactions feed the chaos. Fighting shows you've lost composure. Fleeing shows you fear it. The Stoic path is neither. It's the third option, standing firm in calm awareness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it." That's your model. The rock doesn't resist the waves. It doesn't try to calm the ocean. It just remains steady until the storm exhausts itself. When you do that in a relationship, something amazing happens. Her emotions settle faster because your stillness gives her a place to land. Emotional chaos is not about logic, it's about polarity. She expresses emotion, you hold space. She expands, you ground. That contrast is what keeps attraction alive. When you argue with emotion, you create sameness, two storms colliding. When you hold calm, you create balance, masculine stability meeting feminine energy. Tom decided to try this the next time things got heated. A week later, Melissa snapped again, accusing him of not listening. Instead of defending himself, he took a breath, kept his tone calm, and said, "I hear you. I didn't mean to make you feel unheard. That's it. No arguing, no logic battle." Within minutes, her anger softened. She leaned in tears, turning to laughter. Later that night, she said something powerful. "When you don't react, I feel safe." That's the paradox. Your calm doesn't make you distant. It makes you magnetic. Because deep down, women crave a man whose energy they can trust more than his words. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And bravery in this context means staying calm when your emotions beg you to fight back. Freedom is being unmoved when others try to drag you into chaos. So the next time she tests you, remember, it's not an attack. It's an invitation to lead. Your power isn't in controlling her feelings, it's in mastering your reaction. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I am the calm in the storm. Stay with me, because next we'll uncover why calm truth always wins, and how the right kind of honesty doesn't just keep the peace, it deepens her desire. Number 6. Why calm truth wins long term. Here's what separates wise men from impulsive men, how they handle truth under pressure. Most men think the louder or more forcefully they speak, the more their truth will be respected. But that never works. You can win the moment by being right and still lose the long game by breaking connection. Calm truth isn't just the smart play, it's the only way to build lasting trust, attraction, and peace. Calm truth is powerful because it's anchored. It's the difference between reacting and responding. When you react, your words come from emotion, defense, pride, frustration. When you respond, your words come from awareness, measured, intentional, unshakable. And that difference is everything. Stoic philosophy teaches that our strength isn't proven in stillness, but through it. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." When you let emotion twist the truth, you exaggerate it, distort it, and weaponize it. But when you speak with calm, you give the truth its full weight, without turning it into a blade. Here's why that matters. Emotions fade, but impressions last. When you speak with calm truth, she may not like what you say, but she'll remember how she felt when you said it. You create an emotional memory of stability. That memory becomes trust, and trust over time becomes respect. Respect is the root of lasting attraction. This is where most men go wrong. They treat truth like an argument to be won instead of a value to be lived. They try to force understanding instead of embodying it. But women don't fall in love with arguments, they fall in love with energy. And calm energy says, "I don't need to prove my truth. I am my truth." That's what pulls her in. Seneca wrote, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." Every time you raise your voice to be heard, you lose the quiet authority that makes your truth believable. Because authority isn't in volume, it's in composure. When you stay calm, your words gain gravity. Silence between sentences becomes part of your message. Calm truth also reveals discipline. It shows that you can separate emotion from expression, that you're not ruled by impulse. A woman might test your patience, question your values, or challenge your opinions. But the moment she realizes your peace can't be shaken, she stops seeing you as competition and starts seeing you as leadership. And that's where her respect deepens. Remember, calm truth doesn't mean softness or surrender. It means control. It's saying what's real without needing to be aggressive about it. It's the kind of strength that doesn't shout because it doesn't have to. The Stoic man lives by this: speak truth, clearly, deliver it gently, and let it stand. You don't chase validation. You don't over-explain. You drop your truth like a stone into water and let the ripples speak for you. Over time, that calm truth becomes your signature. people trust it. Women lean into it. The world respects it, because calm is consistency, and consistency is rare. So remember, this truth shouted in chaos wins an argument. Truth spoken in calm wins a lifetime. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I lead with calm truth. Let's keep going. The next part will reveal how true leadership in relationships isn't about fixing her emotions, but guiding them through the strength of your presence. Number 7. Don't fix her feelings, lead them. Here's one of the hardest lessons for men to learn. You can't fix a woman's feelings. You can influence them, lead them, and create space for them. But the moment you try to fix them, you lose her trust. Because fixing assumes her emotions are problems. They're not. They're signals. And when you rush to solve them, you send a message you don't even realize: I can't handle your emotions. Let's talk about Mark 59 and Jenna 55 from Phoenix. They've been together for nearly 20 years. Jenna tends to be expressive. She talks with emotion gestures, big feels deeply. Mark's a problem solver by nature. One evening, Jenna came home upset after an argument with her sister. "She never listens to me," she said, pacing the kitchen. Mark, wanting to help, jumped in right away. "Well, maybe you just need to stop letting her get to you. Just don't talk to her for a while." Instantly, Jenna shut down. "You don't get it," she said, turning away. "You always try to fix me instead of hearing me," and she walked off. Mark stood there, stunned. What did I do wrong? He thought he was helping. But to her, his logical solution felt like dismissal. Here's why. Women don't want to be repaired, they want to be received. Emotion to them is connection. When she's sharing, she's not looking for a fix, she's looking for safety. She's saying, "Can you stay present while I'm not okay?" Marcus Aurelius wrote. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That's the key here. You can't control her emotions, but you can control the energy you bring to them. When you stay grounded, you help her find her own balance. When you rush to fix, you tell her that emotional discomfort is wrong, and she'll resist that message every time. Mark eventually learned to lead instead of fix. The next time Jenna came home upset, he didn't jump in. He let her talk. He listened fully, no interruptions, no advice. When she paused, he said quietly, "That sounds hard. I can tell it really got to you." She softened instantly. He didn't solve the problem, but he led her back to calm by staying calm himself. Within minutes, her tone shifted, her shoulders relaxed, and the storm passed. That's the power of emotional leadership. It's not passive, it's presence. A Stoic man doesn't absorb her emotions. He holds steady and lets her regulate through his stillness. He's not cold or detached, he's anchored. Seneca once said, "No man was ever wise by chance." Wisdom here is the choice to pause before responding, to lead with empathy instead of ego. You can't teach her logic when she's emotional, but you can teach her calm by being calm. That's what Stoic leadership looks like in relationships. When you stop fixing and start leading, something amazing happens. She feels seen, she feels safe, and in that safety, her emotions start to regulate naturally. The chaos fades not because you controlled it, but because you didn't feed it. So remember this: fixing her feelings puts you in opposition to her. Leading them puts you in harmony with her. She doesn't need you to solve the storm, she just needs to know you'll still be there when it passes. Write this in the comments to anchor it: I lead, I don't fix. Let's keep going. The next part will reveal how to speak truth with the kind of composure that cuts through emotion without ever cutting her down. Number 8. The Stoic way to speak hard truth. Most men avoid hard truths because they fear the reaction. They fear tears, anger, or silence. But avoidance is not kindness, it's cowardice dressed as peacekeeping. The Stoic man knows that truth, when spoken calmly and with purpose, builds strength not just in himself, but in everyone around him. The key is not what you say, but how you say it. There's a difference between being honest and being harsh. Honesty reveals, harshness wounds. A Stoic doesn't speak truth to dominate, he speaks truth to liberate. And that starts with self-control. Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. For I seek the truth which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's self-deception." That's the essence of calm truth. It's not an attack. It's alignment with reality. When you deliver hard truth through emotional control, it invites understanding instead of defensiveness. Your energy tells her, "I'm not here to win, I'm here to stay real." And that steadiness changes everything. The Stoic approach has three parts: intention, tone, and timing. Intention is your anchor. Before speaking, ask yourself, am I saying this to defend myself or to define truth? If your motive is self-protection, your words will carry tension. If it's clarity, your words will carry peace. Seneca wrote, "A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. Truth, too, is just a tool. In the hands of a calm man, it heals. In the hands of a reactive man, it destroys." Tone is the delivery system. You can say almost anything if your tone is grounded. Harsh words spoken softly still land with weight, but without violence. Think of tone as emotional temperature. If you speak from heat, you burn the bridge. If you speak from warmth, you strengthen it. Stoic men master tone by mastering breath. A single deep breath before speaking turns reaction into response. Timing is wisdom. Even truth can fail if it's delivered at the wrong moment. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You can't control how she'll receive your truth, but you can choose the moment to speak it. A Stoic doesn't chase arguments, he chooses opportunities. He waits until calm returns before addressing chaos. That's not weakness, that's precision. This is what makes Stoic truth different. It's patient, powerful, and rooted in self-command. When you speak from that energy, she doesn't feel attacked. She feels steady even when she disagrees. You become the calm voice in a world of noise. And this calm truth has another effect: it earns lasting respect. She might not like hearing it, but she'll trust it. Because a man who doesn't bend his truth to please others becomes rare, and rare men are magnetic. So the next time you need to speak a hard truth, slow down. Breathe. Center yourself first. Then speak without defense, without demand, without drama. Let your tone carry certainty and compassion in equal measure. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." If you see yourself as a man of truth, then live and speak like one. Truth isn't about winning, it's about alignment with reality. And the man who lives in alignment is the one who cannot be shaken. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I speak truth with peace. Stay tuned, because next we'll explore the moment every man fears: the silence after truth, and why that silence is often the most powerful response of all. Number 9. Boundaries are sexier than approval. Here's a truth most men learn too late: trying to please a woman kills attraction faster than any mistake you could make. Approval feels safe, but it's weak. Boundaries, on the other hand, are magnetic. A man who knows where he stands, who's not afraid to say no, who doesn't bend every time she pouts or pushes back, that man commands respect, and respect is the foundation of desire. Let's talk about David, 57, and Erica, 53, from San Diego. David's a kind guy, too kind. Whenever Erica got upset, he'd back down just to keep the peace. If she criticized his schedule, he'd rearrange his plans. If she didn't like one of his friends, he'd quietly stop seeing them. For a while it worked. Things were smooth. But slowly, Erica's tone changed. She grew colder, less affectionate, and more distant. One night she said, "I just don't feel that spark anymore." David was stunned. "I've done everything to make you happy," he said. And that was exactly the problem. He gave her approval, not strength. Women don't fall for men who agree with them. They fall for men they can trust to lead, even when it means saying no. You see, boundaries are not walls. They're frameworks for respect. They communicate, this is who I am, this is what I value, and this is what I won't compromise. When a man has clear boundaries, a woman feels safe because she knows where he stands. Without them, she's left in emotional freefall, constantly testing, pushing, and doubting whether he can hold his ground. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Boundaries are self-mastery in action. They're not about controlling her, they're about controlling you. When you say no calmly without anger or guilt, you show emotional control. When you refuse to be manipulated by tears, blame, or guilt, you show strength. And that strength is deeply instinctively attractive. David learned this the hard way. After his breakup, he decided to rebuild himself. He started setting boundaries, not just with women, but with everyone. He stopped apologizing for having opinions. He stopped chasing validation. Months later, he reconnected with Erica for coffee. She noticed the change immediately. He wasn't defensive, but he wasn't submissive either. He spoke clearly, maintained eye contact, and when she tried to test him with small jabs, he didn't flinch. That conversation reignited something in her that had long died: respect. The Stoics would call this calm authority. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That's the essence of masculine boundaries. They're not declarations, they're demonstrations. You don't announce your standards, you live them. Women don't consciously want to fight your boundaries. They test them to feel your strength. Each time you hold firm with composure, she relaxes. Because deep down, she's not looking for control, she's looking for security. And nothing feels safer than a man who won't betray his own principles just to be liked. So remember this: approval attracts short-term comfort. Boundaries attract long-term respect. When you stop chasing validation and start protecting your values, you stop being her option and start being her anchor. Write this in the comments to anchor it: I choose respect over approval. Stick with me, because next we'll close this out with the one truth that separates strong men from weak ones. Why emotional detachment doesn't kill. Love it purifies it. Number 10. Truth creates desire, not distance. Most men fear that being honest will push women away. They think truth ruins attraction, that it breaks connection, that it makes things too real. But here's what the weak never understand: truth spoken with calm strength doesn't create distance. It creates desire. Because truth, when delivered from a man who's centered, confident, and unafraid, becomes magnetic. See, women don't crave perfection, they crave certainty. They crave the energy of a man who knows who he is, who speaks his truth without trembling, and who stands by his words even when it's uncomfortable. Lies might keep her around for a moment. Truth keeps her drawn to you forever. Here's why. When you speak truth with composure, you separate yourself from every man who hides behind flattery and fear. She may resist it in the moment. Her ego might flare, her emotions might spike, but something deep inside her recognizes the strength. It's the primal signal of stability. Because in a world full of men pretending to be agreeable, a man who lives his truth becomes rare, and rarity is irresistible. The Stoics understood this long before psychology caught up. Seneca said truth is simple, but we make it complicated because we fear it. That fear is what keeps most men trapped. They think peace comes from saying what's nice. But real peace, real attraction, comes from the courage to be authentic, even when it shakes the room. When you tell the truth, you stop performing. You stop managing her emotions, guessing what she wants to hear, or bending your backbone to be liked. You show her something stronger than charm, you show her self-respect. And women respond to that more deeply than they'll ever admit. Because it's not just your words she feels, it's your certainty. The truth is also how you filter connection. Lies attract comfort. Truth attracts alignment. When you speak openly, you don't lose women, you lose the wrong ones. And the ones who stay, they stay because they trust you. Trust is the oxygen of desire. You can't fake it, you can't replace it, and you can't build it through flattery. Only truth builds that kind of bond. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not true, do not say it. If it is not right, do not do it." That's not just philosophy, it's a lifestyle. It means your words and your actions become one. It means your yes means yes and your no means no. That kind of consistency makes a woman relax in your presence, even when your words challenge her. Because she knows you're not playing a role, you're real. Truth also deepens polarity. A woman's emotions thrive in movement, up, down, expressive. Your truth provides the structure that holds that movement. When she feels that structure, she can surrender into it. That's why honesty isn't cold, it's grounding. It gives her something to lean into. And here's the final paradox. The man who tells the truth calmly and without apology becomes the safest and most exciting kind of man at once. Safe because she can trust him. Exciting because she never doubts his strength. So don't soften your truth out of fear. Sharpen it with compassion. Deliver it with calm. Because the moment you stop using truth as a weapon or hiding it out of weakness, it becomes what it was meant to be, connection. Truth doesn't create distance, it burns away illusion, leaving only what's real. And what's real is always more desirable than anything you could pretend to be. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I speak truth without fear. That's it, brother. Today you've learned the real reason truth feels so powerful, and why when spoken with calm strength it doesn't push women away, it pulls them closer. You now understand how emotional control, self-respect and honesty create desire that lasts, not attraction built on fear or approval. If you're ready to master these principles on a deeper level, to learn how Stoic philosophy can make you stronger, calmer, and more magnetic in every area of life, join the Stoic Brotherhood. Inside, we go beyond theory into real practice, communication, emotional discipline, and masculine leadership. The link is below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.